Open the door to Erica Vasquez's 4th grade classroom and get ready to learn.
This right here, this is your activity B.
From measuring to writing to molding to drawing, Miss Vasquez frequently asks her students to do more than they think they can. It's that same tenacious spirit and giving quality that helped her succeed on her own personal journey towards education. To Erica, it's no coincidence that she came to the United States from Mexico when she was in the 4th grade, the exact same grade that she teaches today. When she arrived, she could not speak a word of English.
It was very hard for me to, assimilate a lot of the things that I was not used to. And the major one was school.
But it was from these early experiences that Erica says she learned the most. And she says helped to make her the caring teacher that she is today.
And that education was the main issue at the house. That was the main talk on our table. And having just going back and seeing the struggles that my parents faced and that I see with my students at the same time, I can relate to that. So I know where they come from. I know how hard it is for them.
That's why in here, she focuses on taking them to the next level, bringing them all along the same path. This year, she has one particular student she can really relate to, a young girl who only speaks Spanish, and Miss Vasquez takes extra care in bringing her along.
Y es lo que me vas a decir. Y luego después vas a, when you measure. And she had not said a word in English in front of the class. So that day when we were we were going over the homework, and she raised her hand and she said, I have the answer. And I was like, okay. I was like, so tell me what the answer is. And she's like, well, it is this. And it was all in English. I mean, our regular, choppy English. But that moment for me was like, wow, the kids were just like, she speaks.
Success like this is a result of great teaching, and Mrs. Vasquez is certainly known for that. Her 4th grade colleagues consider her a leader.
If we need help in any way, I don't care how busy she is, you ask her for something, any kind of assistance, and she's right there. Mm-hmm. She puts aside her needs, whatever it is, and makes the effort to come and help you in anything that you need. And that's great.
Yeah. She's a leader.
A leader that is constantly preparing herself and her students for success. Mrs. Vasquez is known to many on her campus as an open book, willing to share any strategy, tool, or success story to motivate learning.
Vertically, I think that's one of the best things that we have in CCISD, the vertical planning, not just within your school, but across the board.
Back in the classroom, Mrs. Vasquez is working to put all the parts together. According to Los Encinas principal Christine Sierra, this is what you'll find every time you're here.
She's constantly trying to think of, what else she can do to help her students succeed in the classroom. And so that's always a challenge, as we all know. And she's always wanting to learn something new, and let's give it a try is her attitude. And she's not afraid to take on a challenge.
Challenges that 4th grader Adrian Cisneros appreciates. He says Ms. Vasquez helped him excel in what once was one of his weakest subjects.
Well, first she'll help me with my reading, because whenever the first 6 weeks, I was low on reading, so she pushed me up. Like, I got to 64 to 86 in the second 6 weeks.
Her students say it's her passion to teach, combined with her caring and motherly ways, that really make them feel extra special.
It felt good because she wasn't worrying about anybody else's kids. She would just focus on us like if we were her own. Me and my mom went to go buy her a present.
You did when you found out?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because I think she deserves it because all the things she done, so she deserves a present.
The real present, according to Miss Vasquez, is twofold. Not only coming from the gifts she receives from her students, but in the gift of caring and sharing her love of education. And in this special place of learning, you can't ask for much more than that.
I care, I prepare, and I teach.